Welcome to this briefing on what may be the most important regulatory signal for Hong Kong trade finance in use. On March 2, 2026, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, the HKMA, signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Shanghai Data Bureau in China's National Technology Innovation Center for Blockchain. The subject of that agreement, the digitization of cargo trade and electronic bills of lading. This is not a pilot program. This is not a research paper. This is the HKMA, Hong Kong's central bank regulator, formally committing to build the infrastructure that replaces paper bills of lading with verified digital documents. And it changes everything for how banks in Hong Kong must approach trade finance lending from this point forward. In this briefing, we will explain what happened, why it matters, and what it means for your underwriting workflow right now. Let's start with the scale of the problem that forced this agreement. Less than 3% of global trade documents are currently digitized. That is a staggering number when you consider that trade finance underpins the movement of virtually every physical product on Earth. $1.5 trillion in annual cargo finance is still processed on paper. Bills of lading, commercial invoices, packing lists, printed, signed, couriered, and manually verified by bank officers who have no reliable way to check if the document in front of them is authentic. And the consequences are severe. The SME trade finance gap, the difference between what small and medium businesses need to borrow and what banks will actually lend them, stands at $2.5 trillion globally. A large part of that gap exists because banks cannot verify SME shipping documents quickly enough or reliably enough to take the lending risk. The HKMA already tried to solve this problem in 2018 with a platform called eTrade Connect, built with 12 major Hong Kong banks. That platform closed in 2024. It failed because it only digitized documents. It did not solve the underlying trust and verification problem. This new MAO is the HKMA learning from that failure. This time, they are building data infrastructure, not just a document portal. So what exactly did the three parties commit to on March 2nd? First commitment, electronic bills of lading. The HKMA, Shanghai Data Bureau, and the Blockchain Innovation Center have committed to research and actively promote the replacement of paper bills of lading with verified digital equivalents, specifically across the Hong Kong to Shanghai trade corridor, which is one of the busiest in the world. Second commitment, a cross-border digital platform. The parties will build a shared blockchain infrastructure under Project Ensemble, which is the HKMA's existing wholesale digital currency framework, already operational since 2024. This platform will connect trade data, electronic bills of lading, and financial applications into a single interoperable system. Third commitment, extending the commercial data interchange into trade finance. The CDI already has a track record. It has processed over 66.4 billion Hong Kong dollars in approved credit since it launched in 2022. Now that same infrastructure will be extended to handle cargo and trade data, giving banks real-time access to verified shipment information as part of their lending decisions. Fourth commitment, Project Cargo X integration. Cargo X is the HKMA's existing trade data initiative, which published 20 specific recommendations for modernizing trade finance data infrastructure in January 2026, just 6 weeks before this MAO was signed. The MAO explicitly builds on those recommendations. Together, these four commitments describe a complete digital replacement of the paper-based trade finance workflow that banks in Hong Kong currently rely on. So what does this mean for banks in Hong Kong right now? Three things, and they are not optional. First, paper bills of lading are ending. The HKMA has set the direction. Banks that continue to rely on manual, paper-based document verification are building on a foundation that will be regulated away. The only question is the pace of change. Based on the MAO's connection to Project Ensemble, which is already live, that pace is faster than most banks are planning for. Second, document fraud must be detected at source. The MAO specifically targets fraud reduction as a key benefit of digitization. Banks will increasingly be expected to demonstrate that their trade finance underwriting includes automated document authentication, not just an analyst eyeballing a PDF and calling the carrier to confirm. Third, cargo data must be machine readable. The CDI and CargoX infrastructure that this MAU builds on only works if cargo data flows in structured, verifiable, machine-readable formats. That means banks need tools that can extract data from shipping documents, cross-reference it against live vessel tracking systems, and flag anomalies automatically. The readiness timeline on the right of this slide is our assessment of what the smart banks in Hong Kong are doing right now. Those who apply for the HKMA FinTech Sandbox today will be positioned as cooperative implementation partners. Those who wait until 2027 will be scrambling to meet compliance requirements under deadline pressure. We built Transit Lender AI before this mandate existed, not because we predicted the MAU, but because the fraud problem was already costing lenders billions every year. Every feature of our platform maps directly to what the HKMA's MAU is now requiring banks to implement. Our forensic document authentication, which uses SHA-256 cryptographic hashing and metadata scanning to detect tampered shipping documents, is exactly the verification standard that the HKMA's EBL mandate is building toward. Our anti-double financing system, a permanent cross-lender registry of every container ID submitted to our platform, solves the fraud problem that the CDI data infrastructure is designed to prevent. We solve it now, before the CDI rails are fully built. Our liveness vessel tracking provides the real-time cargo position data that Project CargoX explicitly recommends banks should have access to as part of their lending decisions. And our immutable forensic audit log, which records every document event with timestamps and cryptographic verification, produces exactly the chain of custody that the HKMA's intensified audit requirements demand. We are not trying to replicate what the HKMA is building. We are the verification layer that works right now, for every lender that cannot wait for a multi-year government infrastructure project to complete. If you are in Hong Kong trade finance and you want to understand what the HKMA's shift to electronic bills of lading means for your underwriting workflow specifically, drop me a message. I am happy to share what we are seeing on the ground. Before we get to what lenders should do next, let's be clear about what it costs to wait. Financial fraud losses in Asia reached $688 billion in 2024. That is more than the entire GDP of Thailand. And a substantial portion of that fraud occurs in trade finance, specifically through three mechanisms that paper-based document verification cannot catch. The first is double financing. A borrower submits the same bill of lading, or two near identical ones, to two different banks and receives loans from both against the same physical cargo. Because banks do not share a registry of container IDs, neither bank knows the other has been approached. The fraud is only discovered when the borrower defaults and both banks try to claim the same cargo. The second is forged bills of lading. A shipping document is edited, in Photoshop, in Canva, in any PDF editor, to inflate the declared cargo value, change the vessel name, or alter the port of discharge. A bank analyst reviewing the document visually has no reliable way to detect the manipulation. The loan is approved. The goods arrive worth a fraction of what was declared. The third is ghost shipments. A legitimate bill of lading is issued for a vessel that exists and tracks correctly on us, but the cargo described was never loaded. The bank can verify the vessel is real. The bank cannot verify the cargo is aboard without physically visiting the port. The loan defaults when the shipment arrives empty. These are not theoretical risks. They are happening right now, in the Hong Kong and UAE trade corridors, every week. The HKMA knows this. That is why the MAU exists. Here is the honest assessment. Most banks in Hong Kong are not ready for this shift. The HKMA's own data shows that while more than 75% of HK banks are deploying AI in some form, the vast majority are not deploying it specifically to the trade finance document verification problem, which is where the regulatory mandate now points. That creates a window. The banks that move now, that apply for the HKMA sandbox, that pilot EBL verification workflows, that build the audit trails the regulator will soon require, will have a significant first-mover advantage in the SME trade finance market. There are three things you can do right now. First, understand your exposure. Count how many trade finance applications your team processes monthly using paper bills of lading. That number is your fraud exposure surface until you digitize. Second, apply for the HKMA FinTech Supervisory Sandbox. It is free to apply for. It signals to every counterparty that you are a serious participant in the MOU's implementation, not a bystander. Third, run a free pilot with Transit Lender AI. We will process 3 of your real shipments, generating a full risk passport for each, at zero cost. No contract, no commitment. You see exactly what automated cargo verification looks like on your own documents. If you are in HK Trade Finance and want to understand what the HKMA's EBL shift means for your specific underwriting workflow, drop me a message on LinkedIn. I am Jayashree Verma, County Founder of Transit Lender AI, and I am happy to share what we are seeing on the ground. Thank you for listening.